Good morning, everyone. I am Blanca, your host on the Laws of Life webcast network, and now we are starting the Laws of Business Breakthroughs, hosted by Bimal Shah, the CEO of Rajparth Achievers. What is up, Bimal? How are you?
Great, awesome. Thank you. Good morning, and good morning to all the viewers. I'm so fired up about today's episode. It's kind of the hottest topics that every business needs to know and everyone needs to know, because this is the one thing that can transform their business.
I love it. And the topic today is operational excellence. Now, I just want to say on the front end, everybody that's watching today, this show, you can ask questions in the chat, whether you're watching from YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching from. Drop questions in the chat. This is your chance to basically meet Bimal, who is a international business expert strategist. He's an author. He has podcasts. He's been coaching for how many years now, Bimal?
No, I've been business entrepreneur for more than 20 years and working with businesses. And lately, last 5 years, since 2014, we started management consulting, coaching, and also grants, utilizing business grants to help businesses scale to the next level using government grants. Free money.
Amazing. We love free money. So today we're talking about operational excellence. What does that mean to you?
So here's a myth. Many people believe that operational excellence is customer service. It goes way beyond that. It's millions of miles beyond that. It's taking into account everything that you do in your business and how can you do it better, flawlessly, without mistakes, and how can you do it so well that you're the only one. Operational excellence is the one thing. It is the one thing that helps you make you unique and different than everybody else. It is one thing that helps you quantify what you can deliver to your clients and actually put that in your messages. So do it flawlessly. Look at everything from beginning to end. Have everything flows from one to another, and see how you can improve each section, each step, each area of your business, and take it to another level. And that's what you can sell to your customers.
I like it. So I'm guessing that obviously to be flawless, as a prior head of, a publicly traded company, you need policies and procedures. Do you see that as a critical component of flawlessness?
Absolutely. It's not just having policies and procedures, having them and getting them implemented. There's a huge gap there in many companies. And many companies, here's what they do. Don't pick off the shelf policies and procedures. Don't just go with what the industry handbook is and manual it. Because here's what you need to customize with norms. And norms means what things work in your business, and then convert that into rules and policies and procedures. But most businesses start the opposite way. They first start with rules and policies and procedures and then try to see if they work or not. You have to see what works and then convert it into policies and
Thank
procedures.
goodness. So, I was on where was I? I was on Clubhouse, the newest app in social media. If you haven't seen my 500 post about this app, you need to join this app today. It's unbelievable. It is one of the best. It's basically networking 24/7. But Ty Lopez, a business personality brand, he said on the weekend, he said, you need to be a scientist in business. You need to experiment, because if you're not experimenting, you're not going to succeed. Do you agree with that?
Right. Absolutely, absolutely. You need to experiment throughout every single phase. You have to see what's working, what's not working, because that's really what business is about. This is working, this is not working. Take everything that you have and put in one of those two buckets. Whatever is not working, you have to understand: can I improve it? Can I change it? And that's where you need to look at. Now, there's a simple rule: change means you replace something, improve means you leverage something. So if there are things that minor tweaks can improve, then absolutely go for it. If there are things that you completely need to have a replacement, like this whole system needs to be replaced because it has flaws and cracks throughout the place. And
Right.
then look at replacing the whole thing, that's what needs to. And operational excellence is, starts with first understanding and building a great culture. Customers and your team members are your first customers. Your employees are your first customers.
How
And
quickly we forget that. So, what are you saying? How do we need to treat our team in order to build this
well,
foundation?
they need to buy into your mission. They need to buy into what your company stands for so they can contribute in your operational excellence. So, if they're just coming in to work for a paycheck, I'm going to clock in, clock out, get my paycheck, and go home, you're not going to have a great operational excellence. So, you need to, first of all, educate your first customers, is your team, in what you're all about. Why do you exist? And it shouldn't be about the money. It's not that I want to increase my profitability. It's not that I want to take my sales from this number to that number. It should
Hmm.
be about something different. How we are making an impact on this planet, how are we making an impact for others, how are we making a difference, and why that is important, and why that is important to you, and why you exist. So I always share that, my mission is to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs. That's why we exist. We want to transform entrepreneurs. Do you buy into this mission? Get team members excited about your mission, about who you stand for and what you believe in. And once you get excited, they get excited. They will build operational excellence with you.
That's great. That is so inspiring. What are some other strategies to build operational excellence?
Documentation at every step. Every single little thing needs to have. Now, I'm not talking about paper documentation and files and everything. You should have recordings or documentation or something that you can refer to, that this is how we do it. People like us do things like this. There's a lot of depth in that sentence. People like us means that who are we as a culture? Who are we as a team? Do things like this means that this is how we do it. This is how we take step one. Everything needs to be documented. That way, if there is ever an issue, somebody needs to leave or something happens, you have someone who can take on the reins from beginning to end without having to worry about having to train that individual thoroughly from soup to nuts. So documentation of every step is key, and there's so many platforms that allow you to do that today.
Mm, I love it. That's amazing.
And the
What?
one thing that I would like to share is that the grants, government grants, they give the maximum amount for operational excellence. So businesses can use this to make sure that they exceed in their operations and improve their operations. So this is one of the sections that they allocate the most amount of money in terms of grants and training grants. So they can discover what grants they can get at bit.ly/grants now.
That is incredible. So, I mean, Bimal Shah is our business consulting expert. He is the host of the Laws of Business Breakthroughs. You can connect with him at bit.ly Cal Bimal. You can also go to his website, oneyearbreakthrough.com. He's got breakthrough tools. He's got grants information. And what I'm going to suggest is that everybody, I know it's a lot of links and it's overwhelming. So we're going to, I put together a QR code. If you take a picture of this QR code, you will get to the website and just go to Fired Up Season 2. Bimal's profile is there, and all his links are also on the lawsoflife.shop website. I will also be putting together a custom link tree for Bimal, so all his links are also on the website very easily. But that is it's amazing. So, what's your number one takeaway? Your number one law of business breakthrough today?
So today I would say that cash is king. Obviously, 96%, and this was a study done by Forbes and many other places, that 96% of the businesses that fail, the number one reason is they're unable to pay bills, or they're unable to sustain themselves. And so utilize the money that you can get from the grants. Right now, PPP is 2.5 months of you can get of your income or payroll, so that's free money. You should not miss out on that opportunity.
Okay.
Regardless of every cloud has a silver lining. We know what we are going through in the current environment, but every cloud has a silver lining, and the silver lining right now is free money. You can get cash and use this cash to improve your operations. Number one thing that can help you build a better business.
I love it. Well, Bimal, as always, you're a massive source of business consulting information. And Bimal is also a host on the Fired Up Radio Show Season 2. You can catch him there on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock on 95.9 FM radio. And Bimal, thank you for being our host today and keeping us in line, keeping us inspired. And everybody, be sure to mark the alarm. Seriously, set your alarm for Mondays at 9. This is your chance to get free business consulting advice from Bimal. You should be setting your alarm, watching this show, and asking us questions so that this whole show is Bimal answering questions. So let's get with the program. Let's do this. And we'll see you next Monday at 9 o'clock. Thanks for watching,
Thank you, Nanda.
guys.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.